Throughout history, women have made great strides to gain equality among men. This is a story of a woman who lives her life proving that women can do it all. Aisha Paris Espada Oliver was born and raised on the Caribbean island of Puerto Rico.
It's warm, and the smells, the food, obviously the people. I just miss it.
Fluent in both Spanish and English, she eventually earned a degree in education to teach English as a second language in Puerto Rico.
I wanted to travel all over the world. And, well, this was, before when I was younger and I thought I was going to do these great things, but I wanted to travel all over the world and teach.
At the university, she met a man.
She blew me away, and I couldn't stand it anymore. And so I asked her out, and we dated, and I've always said that I courted her. We dated for maybe 2 months before we ever even kissed.
It's interesting because I had a crush on him first, and he was just very different, obviously, for the area. Very tall, very much an American, and we started dating because he finally asked me out, and it was just really sweet. It was sweet. And then we got married pretty quickly after that.
After graduating, the couple decided to move to the States. Nathan enrolled in a graduate program in North Carolina.
So for the most part, people were nice, but every once in a while I had to deal with closed-minded mentalities, especially when they would see my family.
In the South, you learned to read faces because they don't express it. They're always like, well, aren't you sweet? Aren't you darling? Isn't that wonderful that you two are together? But you knew that it was dripping with cynicism.
After 3 kids and a master's degree, they decided to move north to Ohio, where Nathan's family is located. They moved to Columbus, where they both continued to look for work. Finally, an opportunity fell in their laps.
Truth be told, Aisha sent me my
After an extensive interview process, Nathan became the online instructional course design specialist at Ohio Northern University. It was off to the small village of Ada for the growing family, population 5,500.
I like Ada. I like small towns. I love that we're in a small town where you have access to all of the things that a university has to offer, because we've got the Freed Center, there's shows that come in all the time. So even though it's a small town, we're not really close to a big city, it's 2 hours away, you still have opportunities to have cultural experiences.
Now, Aisha and Nathan share 4 kids together. Aisha, Ariana, Isabella, and Landon love to keep Aisha on her toes. One of the kids' favorite activities they share together is soccer, and Aisha plays the biggest role in this activity, the head coach.
You're the coach? Yes, she's a very nice coach.
In addition to being a wife and a mother, this year Aisha was accepted into the College of Pharmacy at Ohio Northern University.
I originally started out studying science in the university. I switched to become a teacher because I felt that it would give me the best schedule for having children, which it did. But then when I moved over here, I wasn't able to teach in the public schools. I was going to have to go back to school to take more education classes so that I could get my license to teach in this state. And it was going to take me several years. So when I realized that there was a pharmacy program, I applied. They interviewed me, they accepted me, and I went from there.
That's still not all. Aisha is an elementary Spanish teacher at ONU.
All original, todo original.
I went for it, and it's honestly the easiest part of my day. It is. I get to stand up there and just be Puerto Rican, and it's, I kind of know how to do that at this point, so it's a lot of fun. I like teaching.
With all of the roles she fulfills, her day-to-day schedule is non-stop.
The kids wake up at around 7, get them ready, breakfast, all of that. Drop off my son at his preschool, go to class at 8. Take a class at 9, take another class at 10, take a class at 11, but not every day. And then I teach at 12. Then I have to take another class at 1, and then I have to teach at 2.
Most of the time, she's home before the kids get home at 3:30. When her kids get home, she sits down and helps them with their homework while eating their afternoon snack.
Good grades are rewarded, and They get there on the fridge, like in most families. You put your good test grade up on the fridge, and
Goldilocks had chicken pox.
and mine is, if I get one, then mine hangs up on the fridge too. So, you know, that way they can see, okay, mommy's got a good grade and you've got a good grade, and yay, we're so happy and proud for each other.
After homework is done, it's usually time for dinner.
It says get out of my kitchen. Salte de mi cocina. Which I don't mean anymore, but when the kids were little, they were always getting on my nerves running around. We had a very small kitchen.
After dinner, the family spends a few nights a week dedicated to soccer. Once soccer is over and the kids are home, there's still a few hours left before bedtime. Most of the time, the kids will read a book or continue their play outside, especially since Nathan and Aisha hold a tight rope on them regarding electronics during the week.
We find toys to play with and books to read, but we can't watch television or anything, only on the weekend.
No electricity rule, and they know it. And they also have a chore chart, because if I'm not organized by keeping them organized, it gets very chaotic in this house.
All 4 kids are, if the couple is lucky, in bed by 9:30. And finally, peace and quiet, and time for Aisha to do her own homework.
They get a bath, go to bed, I do homework, and pass out due to extreme exhaustion on the couch in front of my big screen TV. And that's pretty much how it goes.
Aisha Paris Espada Oliver represents the strides women have taken and the abilities women have to truly do it all.